everybody. So I didn't get back to this when I was going to, and I had to go ahead and start my desk. So I thought what I'd do is I'd show you kind of how I sort my scraps. How y'all doing today? Trying to situate myself. I started doing this earlier and had to go eat and got sidetracked. So okay, so what's going on with y'all today? Huh? What's everybody doing? I spent most of my afternoon watching, like 3 back-to-back lives. And yeah, there's a method to the madness of this little area of over here, because these are just like bigger pieces. These we can make cute little, we're gonna make some cute little scrappy notepads. We're gonna section them up and make some scrappy notepads. And these, this is cardstock, and I use different things and use it for different things, but I want to separate it kind of by size. I have a big basket under my desk here of, I have mud on me, of different bags of scraps and things. But I thought also what we would do before I put these up is I want to make myself a few scrap covered envelopes, and we're gonna get that going in a minute. But I want to sort through some more of these scraps first. And everybody kind of has their own way of sorting their scraps. For me, it's usually more by what kind of paper. Like this is cardstock. What maybe I use it for, like all my little strippy pieces over here. I'll show you using one of the envelopes, the kind of things I do with those. I do them by size. I've tried doing the whole color thing, but I use so much color and stuff that I'm not that particular about, oh, I want blue scraps, I want red scraps. I'm more looking for a type or a size, like a specific maybe paper type, or a specific size of scrap, or maybe I wanted a certain width or whatever. So I have some bags that are just scraps. I just throw all my scraps in that bag. And I have some bags that are all these little strippy pieces like this. I love making my strippy masterboards. They're fun. That's trash. And no, I don't keep, despite what it looks like up here, I don't keep every last little piece. There are some pieces that I will part with. Yeah, I think hubby's yelling at me because I think one of the dogs wants in. He's gonna have to come do it because I'm in the middle of this. But anyway, so I also do different things with my scraps. So sometimes I will use something like this. Like this, I would probably tape that up like that. And I might use that as a on my gel plate as a stencil, or just rubbing stamps over and stuff, some sort of stencil or something. So, I don't know. I do all kinds of stuff. Oh, anyway, but my stripy ones are my favorite. Those are my favorite masterboards, striped masterboards. And I do all kinds of stuff with those. And then I come across pieces like this. I go ahead and stick them in my strips, but there might be other things that I do with that. And the reason I do keep littler things like this is because there's some collaging and stuff that I do that I will want to, oh, my dogs are in, that I will want to actually use those to fill in gaps. I will fill in little gaps with those. So let's see. I think maybe I have enough sorted here to do a couple of envelopes, because if I keep going like we're going, I'm going to end up being, that's vellum. I think I'm going to keep those totally separate because I kind of want to experiment with those. Kind of do. Kind of want to experiment with the vellum. And then that's just an interesting piece that I started to do something with and ended up not doing something with it because I folded it up wrong. And then these are some of my favorite scraps. These, you can actually like stamp and stuff on the other sides of these and use those. Those are so cool. Like, let me show you. Oh, I've got a cool stamper to show you this. Hang on. Where is it at? Here it is. Let's see. I think this is a stamping around. It's called Stamping Around. And it is a cool roller type stamp. And where did I do with the actual, well, you know what? Unless I find a little ink piece to it. What did I do with the inker? Hold on. Okay, never mind. I had to figure out. I put it someplace smart so I'd know where it was. And you know what? Yeah, I don't know where it is. So I'll have to find that later. Oh, look at here. Look at here. Look at here. I found it. I found it. I just don't remember how it goes in here. I've looked this up before. Did I just break that? I sure did. I sure did. Okay, yeah, we're still going to have to. Yeah, I'm going to still have to wait because I got to look it back up now. I can't do that because I'm using the phone. So let's find something else to put on there. Oh, you know what? I have not used this stamp yet. So let me see. Let me get a piece of, I always put something up underneath when I'm doing this because I'll eventually use this too. But I don't want to, you know. Yeah, let's do this in different colors. Let's see. What do I got over here in colors? Let's do it in this pretty purple, this pretty blue. What else I got over here? Here's another pretty kind of reddish color. Let's use these. Let's do this. You know what? Let's do the purpley last. Let's do the blue and the taffy. The taffy's the lightest. So let's do it. We'll do it first. So this is Ranger Distress Oxide Saltwater Taffy. And let's just kind of, ooh, that's a pretty kind of light pink. Some of these I have not used yet. This Saltwater Taffy is one of them. I hit up a really good sale last Black Friday and got a lot of really good deals on some stuff. Ooh, let's see how that does. I might not have put enough ink on there. It doesn't really show up that much. I may have to go back over that. That's not dark enough. So let's let that one dry. We're going to need something darker. Maybe, let's see. What do I have over here? What is this? This is a blue color. This is Weathered Wood. And it's kind of a blue color. So we'll stamp over the top of that with this blue. Get a little bit of a darker color going. And since you can't hardly see that, you can't really tell that it's already been stamped on once. I mean, it shows up good on the paper. I may just have to go back over that in black or something. But let's move on. Let me see. Let me try it. That's a pretty color, though. I like that weathered wood. All right, let's try this. Love this color. This color never fails me. This is, I got this off Temu. It's Alina Craft Create 02 ink. Blushing and Brofinch is the color. It's a pretty kind of, I call it peacock blue. I really, 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 really like this one. You know what I just thought about? I probably get usually, I should do that going this way instead. Ooh, that's pretty. That is pretty. It is, it is, it is. I love this stamp. I love this stamp. I think I bought that from Tia. Okay, let's try this. This is another one of those 02 ink pads in dark violet. I like these. I actually like these because now that I have had Tim Holtz too, I think they both have their merits. And I mean, for me anyway, these are just as good as his. So, you know. But everybody has their loyalties. Ooh. I may come back. Come on. Puppy hair. I think I may go back over this with this purple. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's pretty. That's just really pretty. I'm going to put some more of this purple on here and come back up over that. Ooh, actually, got an idea. We're going to put a little bit of the purple and some of the blue. We're going to kind of, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. What happens? Ooh, pretty. That's really pretty. Let me get some of this space in here that I missed. Some of this down here. Use up some of this ink that's still on here. And see, that's just a pretty piece. Anyway, packing tape that you pull off of your boxes is amazing. It really, 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 really is. That's a good scrap. That's pretty. That'll be pretty on a collage. Actually, I may use that on one of those envelopes. Okay. Put that back. Had it. Don't you love it when you get something all perfect? You've got it perfectly arranged, and you use something out of it, and you go to put it back in, and you can't get it to work right. Okay. All right. So let me grab one more little handful here of some stuff and separate it out, and then we'll go ahead and work on covering an envelope. And I mean, yeah, I keep a lot of my scraps because you never know when something might just come in. That one's got too much tape on it. Really, really handy. You just never, ever know. And I stick all kinds of weirdness into my scrap pile over here for when I get ready to go through it. Okay. La dee da dee da, la da da dee da dee da. Okay, I gotta remember that this is kind of the center here where the camera is. That's so pretty. I'm trying to remember. I think I did that on a book page. That's pretty. That is pretty, 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 pretty. Sometimes, if I don't really want to use it in my stripe collages, I will move it because I feel like I would find better use for it somewhere else. And little pieces of watercolor paper I do put to the side. And this is stamped napkin, I think. And that's just plain interesting. Oh, I know what that's from. Oh, that's something else I'm going to show y'all how to make. I've heard other people call it Franken paper. I call it patchwork paper. And I love to use it to make bags and stuff. I'll show you in just a second. Hang on. Okay, let me see. This is trash. That is trash since I broke it. And I tend to make bags out of them. But this is patchwork paper. And this is just one way I do it. I used some sort of like craft tape to tape them all together with. You can use glue. And I make a large piece of paper out of it. Very large piece of paper out of it. And then I do something with the piece of paper. Like with this one, I made a bag that I really got to do something about the bottom of it. Because it's got too much tape and it's all sticky. We'll have to do some of these bags one time. I love my bags. I do. I love them. I use them in all kinds of stuff. I do them from gifts. I do them. I send them in Happy Mails. I do all kinds of stuff with them. All right. We'll have to put together some Happy Mail. Okay. I don't know how many of y'all can see what just crawled out of that bag. But let's see if we can get him. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's move him away. Okay. He's away. He's safe. He's sound. He's away. Oh my gosh, that creeped me out. Okay. I wish I knew how to edit because I would sure edit that out. But I don't know how to edit, so in it stays. I hope y'all enjoyed. We're lucky that I didn't normally I would completely flip out. All right. So let me move. Okay, I'm still kind of, hold on. All right. That's kind of set me aside. All right. So this is an envelope that I opened on the end. So let's take this envelope and I'm just going to use, for this, I'm just going to use some glue stick. Except I want bigger glue stick. So we're going to use this glue stick. We're going to use my Big Daddy. I just recently invested in this. I've only used it like one time on something. I'm assuming it's a pretty good glue. So we're going to find out because, I mean, you want to talk about covering a big space. So just put you some glue down. And I am just going to do kind of a... oh, you know what? I'll do on the back here, we'll do a stripey thing because I wanted to show y'all how I do that with all my strips of, because we end up, when we're doing journals and stuff and we're making things, we end up with a lot of strips. So let's see. Let's do this. Oh, that one is going to do that. So let's put this down first. And they don't have to be, the nice thing about doing this one is they don't have to be the full length simply because, or they can do like that because watch. We got shorter ones too. We've got shorter and longer. So we can always come through here and patchwork these in. And that's kind of what I'm doing here is I'm just going to come through here. I like to patchwork them in the best way they're going to fit when I'm not doing perfectly straight ones. And because it makes it really interesting looking. Let me do this. Makes it really interesting looking when you, I want to save the perfectly straight ones though. Let me find some of my more off-kilter ones. this little piece, this little skinny piece. Can see, this is why I keep sometimes the pieces that would normally probably get thrown away. And we need I need my little one too. Hang on, let me grab a little one. I just want to keep him down. All right. Okay. Let's see, this one would fit really good right there. And see, and it's going to be interesting looking because it's got those little teeths. This one, let's put this one right here. I don't know what my dog is doing in there. I don't know if y'all can hear her or not. But she's, and see, like, I'll even do this. Like, see, I just want the color part of this one. Just the color. Because one thing I will do is with these that are whiter, that have, you know, pretty much no color, I like to go through and do whole sets of pages where I have inked the edges, and it makes it look like a wooded wall, like a shiplap wall. Shiplap, is that what it's called? Shiplap, whatever it's called. This is from one of my glues drying up. Okay, so note to self, this stuff dries really quick. So I need to probably move a little faster. And don't worry about it hanging off the edges, because we're going to trim it up. And like I said, I probably need to move a tad bit quicker. I need something a little more. There we go. That's a perfect little fit right there. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Nope, it's still sticky. These parts over here aren't. I need some smaller pieces in there. Let's see. And I'm gonna just cover that. Those white strip areas like that. I'll just cover them with a more colorful piece. How about that? How about that? And I know this doesn't look like much now, but once we make something with this envelope, it'll be pretty. It'll look good, because you'll use it to make because you could stencil or stamp over the top of this, put stickers over the top of it. I mean, there's all kinds of things you could do over the top of this. Too wide. All kinds of stuff to do over the top of this. Ugh! It does not want to stay. Why won't you stay? Oh my gosh. And it just it wants to stay with my finger. And that's how you fix that. Ugh, come on. Oh my gosh. You would never know that this is the majority of what I do. Okay. trying to find some of my smaller pieces over here. So that I can, ooh, like here's a nice thin piece. Where's a nice thin area? There we go. Ooh, yeah. Nice thin area right there. Put this one here. And I'll connect them, but I try not to overlap them too much because I want you to see those ends. You know, I want that showing. Here's another nice little thin piece that can go right there. Right there. Let's see. It's thinner on this end. Let's stick that little part right there. There we go. There we go. So I still got this edge. Still got to finish filling in this. You know what? I want these to come together like that. And this is fun. I mean, there are times when I would just sit here and I won't even look at what I'm grabbing. And I'm just going to put it down, put it straight down wherever I'm going next. I don't, and those are kind of cool too. I call them blind collaging. I like blind collaging. Blind collaging's kind of fun. You never ever really know. I want to put this like this because I want to keep, I want to make sure I keep the dark green edge. And I'm not going to worry too much about coming over the side because this is the top, and I might actually open that. So we'll see. Depends on what I decide to do with this. So I don't want to cover it up. That doesn't go there. Okay. So I don't want to cover it up. And let's see. Do I have some shorty morty pieces I can put right there? Yes. Ooh. Oh my gosh, I'm being visited. I don't want to visit. I don't want you to visit. My dog Nugget. He's fixing to start yelling at me. Y'all are going to hear him in just a second. He's going to start yelling at me. Okay, and they're evidently over there bothering the old lady. And she's telling them, don't bother me. Either the old lady or the old man. And they're being just like old people can be. And I know this because, you know, I am an old person. And I know when I get bothered too much, I tell people, I give them what for also. Nah, it's more like, what for you bothering me? Why you bother me so much? So I want y'all to also kind of leave comments and stuff for me on, like, if you hear me talk about a specific way to do something, or you have something in mind you would like to see me try and do, and even if I don't know how to do it, we'll figure it out together. I don't always know the answer to stuff. But I'm one of those, I'm a researcher. I like to look for things. I like to look things up and figure it out. So if I don't know how to do it myself, or I don't know the answer myself, I sure shootin' know how to find it. Okay, I got a couple more little spots down here that need to be covered. Let me see what I got in my little jackpot over here. Need it a little wider. Ooh, yeah, that'll work. That'll work good there. That'd be good. You better not. Who told you? Who told you that? I did not. I never once said that. Oh, no, I did not. I never in my life Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, y'all have to know that, that my videos will not be typical. Will not be. I am not a professional anything. So what you hear, what I say, what you see, that's what you get. And, you know, I watch all the other people and I think they're really good. And I wish I could be as professional as a lot of them, but I can't. It's not in me. I want to talk to my dogs and find out who he's barking at and why. Oh, that was the other old lady telling them to just back it off. I should have known. I got 2 old ladies and an old man. And bless their hearts, they're surrounded by 6 2 and under 2-year-old and 1-year-old pit bulls. All right, now finally got it to stay. Woof. Sticky fingers, you better stop. You better not. I don't think my glue is sticking to that piece of tape. Is that tape non-stick or something? Or did I just not glue it right? Maybe I just didn't glue it well enough. Okay. Oh, I got a little spot right there. And a little spot right there. And a little spot right there. And then I'm going to call it quits. And we'll do the front. Now, if you wanted to, you could actually secure this even better by going over it with Mod Podge or a mixture of PVA glue and water. I'll go through that kind of stuff one day. We'll do a whole thing on different ways you can seal up your stuff. Ooh, let me put a little right there. Different ways you can seal your stuff up so that you know it's not gonna come apart or come off. Because you can use Mod Podge. You could use oh good Lord, Mod Podge, PVA glue and water, matte mediums. You could use I want to say you could even use texture paste. I mean, but the main 3 are probably like a Mod Podge, PVA glue and water, or white glue, school glue and water, and mediums, like matte mediums and stuff like that. So gloss mediums, matte mediums. I'm trying to find one more piece that I want for this one spot right here. There we go. All right. Now, we're going to set this on this side. Let me put it, I don't think it'll stick to my glue mat, but just in case, let me put that on the clean side. Put that over here. All right. And let me do it this way so those aren't in my way. Now, this I'm going to do different. I'm going to actually do this one. I'm going to put a good base layer of this down and use it for as long as I can. And I'm not going to cover these windows. I'm going to keep the windows as they are because I might want to put something inside there. That may be why I opened that up. But, oh, you know what? I'm going to use this. I'm going to use the purpley part of this and put it there. That'll be pretty. Yeah, it will. Let's put that there. Do I have it all glued down? Put that there. Oh, I should have done this on the other side too. Hold on. We're gonna give this a little smudgy. Okay. And then put this on this side. There we go. Now, we're going to put that there. And let me use another little fun kind of wide piece. Maybe this piece right here. Wait a minute. What do I see? I'm seeing some fun in here. Ooh, that's pretty perfect right there. I'm an overgluer when it comes to the glue sticks. I want to make sure it's not going anywhere. That's why I have a tendency not to use really expensive glue sticks. And yes, I am covering a part of the window, but only a part. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. I like that a lot. A whole lot. So let me take a piece of this. Let me see. There's some green. I want to kind of pull out some of the yellowish green that's in there right here. And since I have this non-sticky glue thing up under here, that's why you don't see me using a glue page or anything. Let's put that there. Kind of hit up some of this yellow and green that's over here. And then I can trim that off in a minute. And then let's see. What do I have? Kind of stick to some blues and greens, huh? Maybe, yeah, maybe so. Will that fit right there? Is that long enough? Yes. I like torn edges. Yes, I do. So I'm going to tear these. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Let's see. Yeah, right there. And let me kind of get the white off of it a little bit. Pull off, because I pulled the paper the wrong way. Let's do it this way. There we go. There we go. How about that? Yes, that is good right there. Because probably what I'll do is come through with some sort of pin and like a metallic pin of some color and come around these edges on here. Okay, so let's see. We're sticking with some blues and some greens. Let's see this blue. This blue. It's not long enough. I need a longer. How about this long green? Ooh, I like that edge. How about that edge right there? Yeah. Let's do that edge right there. I might not be. Let me move up a little bit because I might be out of frame just a little down there. Let's there we go. Like I said, it's not looking like much right now, but when we trim this up, it's going to look fun and be ready to do anything. Like if once we go to put it in a journal and such, we'll be ready to I'll use this blue here. Where do I need it at? Right there. And then I'm going to grab my handy dandy. I'm sorry. I had an incident over here with my Sorry Silks and just, pulled them right off the wall. I'll fix it a little bit. Okay. So let me Oh, come on. All I want to do is tear. All I want to do is zoom, a zoom, zoom, and a zoom, zoom. Because I want to put it through that middle. And I want it to be wide. And yeah, that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Hallelujah. 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 Okay. Ooh, yeah. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now, 2 little triangle pieces for right here. Do I have a little blue and a little green? I have another one of those greens. I could put, actually, I could put both of those here and here. Yes, I could. Oh, I sure could. Yes, I could. And I bet you if I just split that right in half, just split it right in half. That'd be about right. Let's see. Tear it away from me because I don't want to see the white. And that's how you do that. Doo-dah, doo-dah. How many of y'all remember those little songs? Did your parents ever sing that stuff to you? Camptown races all day long, doo-dah. I don't think that's the right song. That one's not going to be wide enough, so no, that wasn't a good idea. Oh, but you know what? This pretty little bluish piece right here might be just about perfect. Just about, and gives us a little pop of different. You know, you've heard of pop of color. I like a pop of different. Yeah. A little pop of different. Okay. Can y'all see this now? I think I got that. I'm learning, y'all. Y'all just bear with me, but I'm learning. I'll get there. I will get there. Oh my gosh, I've got a lot of vellum scraps. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come through and we are going to, oh, my jolies, hang on. We're going to cut off all of the overhang. And I can just almost guarantee you that I cut a part of the envelope. So this might be, when I get ready to use this, I may have to do a little gluing to seal up. See, because I cut part of it open. See, that's okay. It might be a cool little, oh, I have an idea of what I can use this for. This would be a good little mini cover. Yes. Oh, see. Good things happen out of big mistakes. So I can come back in and cover up this one edge because I'm not going to need to take the edge off. So I will come back through and hopefully not cut this open as I'm cutting it off. Y'all have to understand, I'm not good with the scissors. I mean, I'm okay. I shouldn't say I'm not good. I've gotten tons better. I can fussy cut all day. But stuff like this, it's a little more, it's a little more touch and go. Oh no, sassy pants. Okay, see, once you get it all nice and cut, and then when I get ready to use it as a journal cover, we'll put something pretty on the inside of there to have some pretty pictures. And yes, this will make a good, and it can have both sides. See, you've got the inside here, the outside here, and then I need to glue it better. Look at that. Look at that. Looky, loo. I didn't glue. I didn't give it good glue. Looky, loo. It needs some more glue. All right. Now, and then you also have pockets in your cover. Man, I really did not glue this down very well, did I? And I will probably, more than likely, because I'll probably decorate it a little more, so I probably will kind of Mod Podge this up just because I will use it as a journal cover. So I'll probably come back through and Mod Podge it up. Right now, let me come through and just stick something right there. Do I have a thin piece of something over here? Put that there. Thin piece. Oh, this'll do. This'll do. This'll do just fine. I'll have to trim it up, but it'll still do just peach keen and fine. Yes, sirree, Bob. Yes, sirree, Bob. Yes, sirree, Tom. Yes, sirree, Colette. I mean, whoever you want to yes, sirree. You just never know. Somebody might need a yes, sirree. You just never know. All right. Let's trim that up. With my shaky hand and stuff. Oh my goodness. Yep. Alrighty then. Here. There we go. And that's going to be fun. I'm going to set this aside and let it get good and dry so that I can actually really see where I missed some glue. Oh my gosh. That is Nugget and Posy playing, I'm quite sure. Okay, let me set this aside to dry. And let's take this one and let's cover it and make it ready. Although, you know what? I think I want to actually, we're going to form the top of this into a tag. I do believe I want to do that. So hold on a second. I want my handy dandy. Let me get my handy dandy. I don't want to take a whole lot off, but I do want just a little bit off. Take a little bit of that off, put it over there, put that over there. Actually, that should have gone over here. All right, so first thing I want to do is, do I want to leave that as is? Or do I want to maybe put, you know what? I tell you something that's always neutral, it's always good to use, because you can always, it always comes in handy, and that's book pages. And I'm trying to, what have I done with all my book pages? So, oh, that's a pretty piece. Ooh, yeah, that's a pretty piece. So let's put that in there. So let me do this. I don't need the whole thing, so I don't want to waste it. So let me, I'm not entirely sure what I used this for. I probably put that on my gel plate is what I did. That is exactly what I did, was I put that on my gel plate. That's exactly what I did. I'm just trying to get the edges off so that all I have is words. And sorry, I'm using this bottom here to, that's why y'all can't see what I'm doing. So let's go ahead and get just the entire word block. Actually, hang on. Yeah, because this is going to go in here. And I'm not going to glue it, at least not for now. I'm just going to slide it in there. Because one, we don't really need to. And two, if later on I change my mind and want maybe a different color in the background, that should fit in there just about perfect. Oh, yeah. Maybe I want a different color in the background or something. It's just tall enough. Comes just up. Oh, yeah. See, that's going to be perfect. That's going to look good. Okay, so let's see here. Let's do, let me get my thingamabob over here. Ooh, that's cute. Okay, so that's going to have to go on there somewhere. Oh, I want to make this into more of a tag. Let me see. I think what I'll do is, I have this, and I've been dying to use it. So let's see how much. That gives it a little tag. Oh, I know. And then we can actually fold this down some. And I can take, don't have to use book page, but I can actually, oh, I like that number. Hang on. I got an idea forming. Hold up. Let me get, I want only color. So I want to get that off of there. Okay. And I want this this number to show like that. Yeah, we'll do that, because what we'll do is, I don't mind those two little edges. Yeah, okay, so let's do this. Let's get, where's my skinnier one? Let's get the glue stick, and we're going to glue all of this piece kind of down up under it a little bit. And then what I want to do is kind of slide that in. I want to keep the number showing. So we're going to slide that to just at the number. Like that. Yay. Then we're actually gonna glue this part down. We'll glue this part down. Glue that part down. And then we will trim this. Oh, there they are. Let's trim this. All right. Oh, yes, this is coming together nicely. Look at that. Okay. Let me check my, hang on, I got to check the battery on my phone. Okay. This is going to have to be the last one, because my battery is going to go pretty soon. Okay, so I should have had it more charged up. So that's how we get this started. You know what? I'm so worried that's going to die on me. I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to come back to it, because we're actually going to turn this into something more than we're going to turn it into some kind of pocket tag. So we're going to turn it into some kind of pocket tag, and we're going to probably add a little notepad or something to the back of it. Because I've got, oh yeah, you know what? We've got all this right here. I may throw this in the tag because we can take these little papers right here, which I've got, as you can see, I got all kinds of colors in here and fun little scrappy pads, and we can fit this to size. I don't want it quite that long. And we're going to put something kind of over the top of it, more decorative. Oh, but you know what? This would also, if we did just like this, we could actually hold it together with the eyelet for the tag. Oh, y'all. Oh, I have an idea, Foreman. Because I think what I'll do is I will staple that on there. Then we can put the eyelet through. And then I can put little decoratives over to cover the staples. Or I'll staple this together. Yes, hang on. Because if I put that there, then it won't beat. It'll be a perfect length. So we're going to staple. We're going to staple this so that it's nice and held together. And then what I'll do is when we get ready to decorate, I will use some of whatever I'm going to decorate with to put around this, because I have, oh my gosh, I know what I'm doing with this. Okay, we're going to work on this later because this is fixing to become a part of a little folio kind of journal I'm going to be making. So I'm setting that aside, and I'm going to put this with that stuff. All right, y'all. So basically, I'm fixing to start putting my scraps up. I'm going to finish sorting through them. I got to resort them again. But, and I do want this on here, so I'm going to put that in there too. I don't know how I'm going to use it yet, but I am. Okay, let me put that in there. All right, so, that's going to go to a little bit of a painter's touch notebook. That'll be coming soon. That'll be coming soon. Oh, looky here what I did or didn't do. Okay, everybody, thank y'all. Thank y'all for doing a little bit of creating with me and letting me kind of show you how I, sort stuff and then, just mess it all up again. So let me finish sorting this, and I will put it up so that I have a fresh desk to start with. Because I got some stuff I got to do. I can't just play all day. Can't play with y'all all day. Well, probably could, but then I'd be disappointing some other people and blah, 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 blah. All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I hope you had a great Valentine. Have a really good rest of the week. I am going to try and pop on and do some quick videos about every couple days. So tomorrow I can't do anything, so that's why I wanted to try and get on here this evening and do something. And I will catch up with y'all in a day or two. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Bye.